And good evening to all. Want to thank you all and welcome you all to What's Going On. My name is DiCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Missick.
George. What's happening with you, man? What you got going on today?
Boy, what it is? No, tomorrow's hum day. The day felt like hum day, but it had a busy, hectic day, but still here in the fight. God is good. Uh, I would like to lie and say it's getting a little cooler, but it ain't there yet. Still hot.
I know, I felt a little different. I wasn't that quick to cut on the air condition, so
No.
I could feel a slight change.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, we getting there.
Was it rainy?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. It
I
rained a
think that.
lot here. Oh, man, this rain don't stop, man. This is just
Oh
don't plan
man.
nothing for outside. That's all I can tell you. Don't plan nothing for outside. Anyway, let's find out what's going on in the news. And I like to start the show off with good news. Very good news. I like to start the show off with, and it's my pleasure to say that there are 24 new residents, well, not new residents, but new property owners in Fox Hill. The PLP, all the way, has now given these people, these persons, the papers for their properties, and now they are legit. It ain't just generation property no more. It's real property. I can carry this to the bank. I could mortgage it. I could now officially leave it in my will for my children.
Mm.
So this is very, very, very good news. But to every side, there's a good and there's a bad. Now, the F and M, they trying to figure out what's going on, what's going on. Why these people in Fox Hill? And first of all, why only these people in Fox Hill could get their property down registered, putting their name or whatever. We got people all over the place been crying this long time. This generation property, I need
Mhm.
this, I need that. I can't do nothing with this. I don't want your lawyers them to do me over, and then I look somebody else come get the property because this was one of the complaints that people was coming say they own the property. Come
Mhm.
they papers say they own the property. But these people being there, Fox is an old constituency, old settlement. They been there from the slaves them get free. And
Mhm.
people come say that's their property now. So all of that has been cleared up, good to go. F them will know, okay, PLB, where the rest? You can't just sit down, this 24, where the rest? What happened to Grandmama? What happened to Andres? What happened to Abaku? What happened to Inago? What happened to Megona? When
Mhm.
he's coming, I want the PLP them to think, because I know Fox Hill constituency that when it comes now to election, that's a hot seat.
Yeah.
I looking at couple seats right now gonna be hot seats. I looking at Fox Hill. I looking at Central Grand Bahama. I looking at Southern Shores. That's what I looking
Mhm.
at right now. I want to see how they can go. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't forget Kalani. Can't forget Kalani. Oh, oi. Can't forget Kalani. Kalani can be the spot. Oh, that can be sweet. Between Foxhill and Kalani, they can be entertaining. Take people out there who watch, take my word for it. They will be the most entertaining seats we can watch. Watch them. I telling you. But Australian, is this a political ploy to get these people them to say, hey, PLP is good for you, and they always look out for you, and Fred make sure they get straight.
Mm.
Do you think this is a political ploy? What do you think this is? Only we months
Um,
away now from election.
it's I mean, is election is a election season or silly season, as we say, and a lot of things are happening. So I think anything that happens right now will get dubbed an election ploy, or people will question the motives of it because it's happening around this time. But that's what traditionally when the roads get paved and everything, right? So you're gonna see things getting done. So, but I think more to this story is the fact that can this be, like you said, people been crying about this, and the fact that they were able to do it, if it passed the legal muster, issues in court and stuff. Perhaps this is a good precedent. It will be a good, rather than saying, "Oh, why didn't do it for the rest?" Perhaps this was like, like a pilot program. We get these set through. Yeah, because the thing is, now you do it for one. Once you open up that door, and you have precedent, or you have, you can go to them now and say, hey, what happened to me? I'm in the same predicament. Because once you start to do for one and you don't do for the rest, it becomes discrimination, it becomes victim, all these different things. So it may be a good thing now that they've done it. One, it could be done. Two, how do you tell me no now if I follow the same type of procedure? And so I think the better conversation should be now. Okay, this has been done. It's a good thing. If people can agree that this is something that's beneficial, something long overdue. We're starting to clear up these land issues. Like you say, people can't build. Some people probably been on these properties forever, generation, right? And so I think if the government, if someone now has the blueprint, or has gotten some the ball rolling in that, start looking at all the rest, and start gradually trying to help persons get it, because that brings wealth, that brings legacy. You can truly leave something down to your generations now, because before time it's just build your house here, and you ain't know whether someone you can't take it to the bank, you can't sell it, you can't free up some money, you can't long lease do a lot of things with it, legally or comfortably, I should say. Some people probably do have creative ways where they do these things, but so although yes, it will fall under, it's election time, so don't believe the hype type situation. But I think turn it into a positive, instead of the FNMs and whoever saying, hey, this is whatever, like you say, come with your list of other people and try to get them straight. Whilst before election, you could use it to your advantage now, like you're saying, hey, no, no, no. We got about 30 more, do this, that too. And now if you don't, but don't just be quick to say, hey, oh, to try and, oh, you what wrong? How you do this? Cry foul and whatnot. If it's legit and people have their titles, we have more people like that. It's a good thing. Applaud it. But here, we want these next 15, 20, these my constituents. So that's Fox Hill, Fred Mitchell. That look good for him. Now, I come in, if you got yours, and Marco City or Pine Ridge or wherever the situation, and I looking at my representative now and say, hold on, why you can't get mine straight? So, 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 so I think that's a double-edged sword. They have to be careful how they wield that. And if you have your people, go there with your names and say, hey, get mine sorted out too.
Now, see the part, but this and why this is so strategic, how it was so strategically done, and I guess this politics 101. I can come to you. Hey, you get them Foxhill people straight. Now I need to get straight. See my list of people here. And no politician right now today or anyone subscribing to go in politics to win a seat can tell no voter no. How much your list? How much your list is? 100 people? 2,000 people? Fine. I can get all them straight.
Mm-hmm.
They can tell them yes. Come on, come this odd. Man, you sure about this? Man, I can get more people straight like this. And you got a couple months to do, and you tell them, oh, I'm working on it, boy, you're almost straight. Just wait a little while. I almost got you straight. Or give me
Yep.
2 more months and you're straight. Now, I win my seat. You come back, hey. You tell me you was going to get me straight. Me? I tell you I can get you straight? What you talking about? I know what you talking about. Man, the property, the thing what y'all do for Foxhill, y'all say y'all going to do for us. Man, Anyway, give me your papers again. Let me try to get you straight, because I remember saying that. And that's what they can do. They
Right.
can promise you. Till they get what they want. And after that, Bushcrack, man. Go on. You notice it take them 4 years to do it. Why take you four, going on 5 years to do this? It ain't take you that long to do this, man. Come on, man. If this what you had in your heart to do, it shouldn't have been a problem for you to do it.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but thank God for them folks and people. They get their papers, but I think they can do no more. I'm sorry. I could be wrong, but I know the name of the game, George, and I know how the game is played. I can't do it. I
But
cannot
again,
do it.
why Fox Hill, and why, like you said, it is a valid question. If you could do it for them, you have to be able to do it for the rest. So you can't just limit it now to Fox Hill. Like it is a valid question to say, hey, you do this for these ones. How I don't think I give them wrong for saying what happened to everyone else. That's a legitimate question. How did they get it by? Again, if this the first batch y'all plan to do, say that. But you can't just leave it and say, okay, we're trying to get homeboy over the line, so we clear up these, or again, he just yeah.
I I know, but I know one thing. It's a hot seat. Like I say,
Who's running for the
Foxtel,
F and M? Who running for the F? Why is this a hot seat?
Dr. Fox. He's the one. Oh Lord, Tasma like say Tasma's call him hot dog because apparently he has been giving out
Free hot
snacks,
dog. Oh, okay, okay.
snacks, and things for the children in the Foxhill community for
Mm,
them to have hot dogs, chips, drinks, and everything. Because he running now, and he opened up his community center that they could come in if you're hungry, come get something to eat. So them two back and forth going at it,
yeah.
and it's so amusing. You gotta go watch. I don't like to call other people, but go watch Eyewitness News and see if you can get something on Fox there. And
Okay. Right.
them two just back and forth at it all day.
Okay. Okay.
It's quite amusing. So like I say, Foxhill, Kalani, and Central. And I say Central Grand Mama because Iram there for COI. F&M ain't picked no one yet, and PLP ain't picked no one yet.
Okay.
It's usually that's usually a F&M seat, and I don't know what strength Iram got a little bit of following, but he might have enough to be a spoiler. So
Yeah, well, he could be a spoiler, but I don't think he's gonna take 100% of the F and M
no,
vote.
no, 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 no. But he get if the PLP do one fast move in Central Grand Bahama, they could gain some votes, and maybe that could tighten up the race because usually that's a F&M seat. That's a lockdown
Mm-hmm.
seat. But if they could do one or two things, it could be a tight seat. Same thing with Kalani. Kalani can be that can be tight.
That was a Michael Bynes seat.
No, 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 no. That was
Oh,
Iram Lewis seat.
Pine Ridge was Michael. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Pine Ridge was Michael
Yeah,
Pine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I looking to see. I looking to see the race between hot dog and let me say it like a Tasman say hot dog and
Fred Mitchell.
Fred Mitchell. Not yeah, Fred Mitchell. What are you saying?
Yeah.
So that gonna be the hot one. That gonna be the most entertaining one, I should say. But let's go take a commercial break and let's be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
And we're back with what's going on now. This was such sad news for me to hear this week. A 6-year-old student at a preschool died on a playground. I guess there was a playground incident, and he passed away due to uh, due to injuries to his skull, head that occurred on the playground. Now, this the sad part about all of this, not just the young 6-year-old dying. When they were trying to get emergency assistance calling the ambulance. Apparently, there was none available at the time. I don't know, but the parents, the administrators at the school had to take the boy in their car, carry him to the hospital, and he later succumbed to his injuries. Now, the question that everybody is crying and saying about is how come there wasn't an ambulance available? And they say this because there's an ambulance station at the Carnival Celebration Key property. Apparently, the government, the PHA, has made a statement stating that they have made an agreement that there will be a ambulance and a EMT station at the Carnival Celebration Key premises, all at the cost of Celebration Key. But they have made a deal that a ambulance was purchased by Carnival. It's on its way. They will make sure that they have the right adequate staff to maintain the ambulance, and the ambulance that they have there will be able to go back on the, I guess, the roster at PMH or not PMH, at the Rand Memorial Hospital. Now, people are carrying on and they're saying, I don't care about Celebration Key. If we had, possibly, if we had that um, ambulance, maybe that could have helped save the boy's life. Um, Governments are funny, and these what do you call them? These agreements that they have with these companies when they come in could include a bunch of stuff. And maybe, hey, an ambulance with an EMT provided by the government of the Bahamas was included in the agreement. But a lot of these things we don't know. And we start poking and we start thinking and we start saying things, especially when we're hurt. And I understand, I never want to feel what those parents are feeling. But at this time, if they are feeling that, hey, if we had that ambulance, maybe my child had a chance, I can't blame them. Because the pain they're going through is immeasurable. Should we have told the Bahamian people, and this is why these things are so important, we need to know what in these deals. Should the Bahamian people have known that this ambulance is sitting up there, waiting for something to happen, ain't nothing happening, and we have people dying? Should we know about these things, George? Should these things be known to the public, the general public, and what's going on? And if so, why isn't the government saying these things so all of us can know what's going on? Because it's in a bad state right now that we are in mourning and can't understand why every time we get something it's going. What you say about that, George?
Well, it seems like every week we come back and we talk about these inefficiencies, these failings in government or government services, um, and it's sad because usually it's preceded by someone dying. Unfortunately,
Yep.
that's the only time we tend to really address our minds to this. And I keep saying we need to be mad when they sign these agreements and you see the hospital, the ambulance go on and say, what happened? Who's the person who's crying? So what happened? A child get injured, right? And we have to really, again, I go back to, we have to do a better job of getting ahead of these things because it's too late. What they say, one life is too much.
But George,
And
they ain't telling us. When
well,
that only because the boy dead, we find out
yeah,
later. You talk to your
well,
cousin, you talk to your uncle who worked there, then they tell you, well, we got a whole ambulance sitting up by Carnival Key, right?
yeah, but this is my this is why I always say who there's always a person behind. One thing I like with the US, I don't like. Well, let me be careful. 'Cause,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
one one of the things I like about the good Trump administration is that um, they like to bring people before these hearings, judicial hearings, and everyone get a piece of flesh, get to pick them apart and put them up and ask them these questions in front of everyone and put you on the spot. You are responsible for that. You are incompetent. You right, and I like to see that because I like when these constituencies put someone up, and I know a lot of them end up getting fired, but the public gets to see exactly who is the problem. And there's someone who didn't fight for the ambulance. There's someone whose job who let it go, who was supposed to order the next one, and whoever. There's usually someone. Where is the minister? Is the PS? Is someone? But we need to be bringing out. Oh, okay, prime minister need to be saying when somebody is okay. Get the file on my desk, put it on here. Start putting these people on TV. Let's put them on the Senate floor. Let's get these senators and whoever town meeting. I mean, I say come with your pitchforks, but until we start
George, I
until
pick
we
in the
be serious,
Senate.
Carlo. Huh?
I pick in the Senate. I'm the
Yeah,
prime
but
minister.
Yeah, but again, they didn't usually Trump. Trump doesn't send the ministers and stuff there. I said Cash Patel the other day get beat up with RFK, right? Everybody is free. That's your job at the end of the day, right? So I ain't taking no heat for you. Uh, Ultimately, I taking the heat, but if you get beat up enough, I can turn around and fire you. Yeah, yeah, we fixed that problem. Yeah, people really don't like you. Okay? but 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 because that's what it is at the end of the day. Someone, because usually it ain't the prime minister who doing all the job. Usually it's someone they give the nod to, someone getting a cushy job and cushy pension, someone who ran for a ministerial post or MP, sitting up there, riding around, eating good, playing big shot, and then you have these things, and then they throw their hand, they hide, like it had nothing to do. We need to be asking, who job this is? And we need to put you on the spot. And if then the chips fall where it may, because unless we start being harsh with people, we're gonna continue having these deaths unless we start suing the government if it was negligent. I don't know, maybe the kid was dead on the right. I don't know how soon, like you said, whether it was something that required an ambulance or someone putting them in a car, because there's a lot of situations where things happen and you don't even want to wait for the EMT, right? Because if you could get someone, depending on the situation, to the hospital, and that's a whole other story. Whether getting them there is any benefit, knowing that they go into the run, um, that's a whole other story. But we need to fix these things. Someone need to not make this just a weekly or daily conversation. That what it is, 72 hours, I forget how long it is these stories last, but we get over things too quickly. We need to hang out there and solve these problems when they arise, because like you said, people are going to be mad until the next story come out. They're going to make noise, and next year from now, I guarantee you that problem will be the same.
But yeah, you have to realize if I'm the prime minister and you was my boy, I say George, we running, we got a landslide. What ministry you want? You want Ministry of Health? Fine, I give you Ministry of Health.
Yeah,
All hell break loose in Ministry of Health. You was my boy. I can't put you down, fire
why
you.
not?
I shouldn't. And how our politics go, because we so closely knit, 2 to 1. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, my cousin. Yes, my child godfather. Yeah, yeah, yes, my brother. Yes, my sister.
Yeah,
Husband. It's so much things that we so entwined with. It can mess up our whole relationship. If it's family, friends, or lovers, whatever it may be. And
yeah.
I can't throw you under the bus.
Carlo, that's not thrown under the bus causes governments to lose. Like the UK, for instance, a few weeks ago, I think it was, the deputy prime minister had to step down. She got sacked. She was a minister. She got sacked, and what happened was they found out, like I think before she was a minister or something, she was a single mother. She came with this story. She was a single mother. She had some advice about one house she had and selling the correct tax to pay, and she got the discount. She didn't pay the full thing or whatever, and the lawyer got some advice. Tell her, well, you probably should have paid, or so. Anyway, they went to the judicial thing. They had a hearing on it. The report came back saying that, listen, yes, we understand, we sympathize with her. She was a single mother, system hard or whatnot, but yeah, we still think you was wrong. You should have done gone a bit further. And she ended up resigning. The prime minister said, yeah, accept her, I think she's a nice lady and whatnot and whatever, but based on the circumstances, yes, this is, and they hold a standard, and they cut off that because we can take that off the table as an issue. Yes, she did it, but she was punished. Now, next man up in line, we put there. Right now, they can put her. She probably still getting a pension because she job. But what I'm saying is, we do not hold people in this country responsible. There's not enough resignations. There's not enough firing, sacking. We become a country of looking out for each other, and we've seen plenty governments get voted out. Christie's administration comes to mind a lot because there was a lot of cancer in there, and these people who got themselves tangled up in different things, instead of dealing with it, sacking them, let a lot of them sit around, and people say, "No, man, we can't." So, as a prime minister, all these ministers serve at your pleasure. A lot of these people who are appointed serve at your pleasure. And one of the jobs, if you don't have the to not the strength to fire these people, to deal with these people, you're not fit to be prime minister. That comes with the job. Ingram, I think, is get rid of people kind of fast, right? And we have plenty of examples of that. You know who I am? Yeah, well, let me. Who does he think I am? You remember those type of
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
conversations? Yeah, let me show you who I am, right? And that's what you do as the boss. We need to get back to these conventions. You mess up, you go. Exit stage left, depend, especially where there's death and different. We need to get back to this accountability. The public need to demand some of these people be sacked and removed, because if nothing else, it brings some sort of comfort to the family. But you can't just have people losing lives and stuff, and people like, sorry, to no. We need to get back to that, and the sooner the better, because that's the only way these systems will improve. If there is no type of punishment or type of deterrent, they will continue to happen. And that's why we keep coming back week after week, because we hear about the incidents, but we don't hear about nothing, nada. Nobody getting fired, nobody getting moved, nobody getting, we don't hear about no investigation or the conclusion of the investigation. You might hear the start of it, but you never hear so and so was found. We just cloak everybody, coddle them, and then people die, and we in this perpetual state of what happened.
Well, the Minister of Education stated that they have a preschool council that has I guess, a playground inspector or playground. I don't know what they call it. I didn't even know this existed. And he was on the news and he was stating that the the playground, the swing set wasn't even bolted down. So there
Mm.
was no way that this was supposed to be um, used. There's a playground safe area, meaning that area should be potted either with sand, something soft, some kind of pod, something for if case the children fall down in that playground area zone, they would be safely they could safely land with minimum injury. And apparently this school ain't getting none of this. So this ain't looking good for that school. I'm sorry to say. But it sounds like you were saying brave letting these fellas them do what they want to do. That's what it sounded like you said. Because we just talked last week about the woman who had to go in the back of the truck who ain't had no
Yeah,
ambulance. The ambulance sitting there. You know one could drive it. You know one how to
yeah.
do this or that. How we get back talking about these things again? What going on with these ambulances in the bombers? All the time they ain't not. They say they didn't buy 1 million. They buy them standard shift. Ain't nobody could
Yeah.
drive standard shift. The EMTs them ain't passing the test, so you ain't got enough people to put in them. Now you're giving ambulance away to Celebration Key, man.
Hmm.
That's we talking now. The Minister of Health. We talking now. The Minister of Education. We talking now. The and the Prime Minister. That's 3 people now, and nobody going home. Man, one person got to go home. Who the PS? Who the PS for these people is? Let one of them got to go home. And I ain't giving you no pension. I ain't giving you no big lump sum. You're fired. You're fired. Whatever government law say you're supposed to get, I giving you that. And God be with you.
Yeah, because those hospitals in the station, but people always give away ambulance, right? Like, you don't have to buy the ambulance. There's always someone because I mean, we ain't got none. So you get one half refurbished, one 2005, one, fix that up, send it to a good mechanic. Like, come on. So, like I said, with little effort, minimum effort, someone willing to work, some minister or something to get a couple nice ambulance and record time, right? Probably at no cost to the government, or so these things are slackness. You can't call it nothing else than it is. These are preventable accidents and deaths and things, and we some people need to be punished.
Anyway, how things been going? I think we can be talking about this again next week. Some ambulance story we can talk about next week.
Yeah.
It's so sad, but it true. But let's take a commercial break and we can be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So yeah. we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6:00 p.m.
The #1 talk show
in the world, Craig.
Got clarification. Well, I'm that leader. And I repeat, we did not receive any information. And to date, I do not have the information that the Prime Minister instructed that I receive from the 3rd of September, 2025. Minister Glover Roll alluded to a meeting that was held on September the 16th, when I don't know who was to that meeting because I was not. I attended 2 meetings, one with the Prime Minister on Wednesday, September the 3rd, and the subsequent meeting with Minister Halkitas on Tuesday, September the 9th, 2024.
Okay, that was Belinda Wilson, president of the BUT, Bahamas Union of Teachers. Now, we can talk a little later about how all of this stir up, but Ms. Wilson now is very upset because some raises going on, some people getting some money, and she trying to figure out, hold on, y'all promised my people, Bahamas Union of Teachers, some money too. How come we ain't get calling this? How come we ain't getting none of this sweetness what's going on right now? And that's why I had to say a little earlier with the Fox Hill. There's something in the milk ain't clean. There's too much giving away now. There's too much here you want. And when you want give out, you gotta have enough to give everybody. So now Belinda Wilson to say, okay, you done gain Jack, you done gain Jerry. I need mines too. Why you ain't giving me none? And now, Pia Glover Roll, whatever she named, minister, tell Belinda, hey, you straight, don't worry about it. We can have a meeting and we can talk on this meeting, and when we talk, we can get all the intricacies down and we can be straight. Well, Linda said she ain't know but no meeting. The last meeting she gone to was with the Prime Minister, them. She ain't know nothing what this woman talking about. Now the woman giving out all kind of new rates to all kind of other people except her people. What happened? Why my people ain't getting no money? And you have to realize she's saying she giving these raises out because she trying to bring these other people up to a level. Now, in order to become a teacher, first thing you got to do, you got to get a degree. After you done get your degree, you got to go get your teacher certificate. So I got to get 2 things on top of one another in order for me to work. But I can't make no money. And these other people getting raises and things because like she said, she felt that, oh, the people was down too low or whatever. We all know teachers need to make more money. The hell and stress they go through, I know I couldn't do it. I ain't trying to do it. I don't want to do it. I thank God for them. But how you can forget them? My God, how you forget the teachers of all people you forget? Teachers and police you can't forget. They two jobs. Ain't nobody can thank you for like that. And they are the most needed set of people in your community. So why Pia Glover rule trying to mislead Miss Belinda Wilson in this money given out thing? Because this money given out is a serious thing, George. Everybody getting mad. No money, no problem, no problems. What say ye?
So where's the big up to all the teachers out there? Um, respect. They're entitled to everything they have and more. We know we never compensate them enough. Um, the problem with, and I always find this in my personal life as well, right? The more you spend, you ever make a big purchase, like you buy a new car, a house, people, oh, the Carlo got plenty of money, right?
Oh yeah.
They
Come.
come borrow, looking to you to borrow. Nobody look and say, well, you just spent all that money. You probably broke right now. Like, he probably spent his last, right? People just are saying, boy, if you spending money, you spend a lot of money, a lot more there. That's how the, the mind end works. So the thing is, sometimes everybody can't get the same time because I don't believe everyone can get the same time because money is a finite thing, right? It's something that there's usually a limited amount of, or money is allocated at different times. You budget certain budget, you expire, so you pay, a couple million, maybe till next year, roll over. You can't pay everyone sometime at the same time. Um, now that principle applies. School, they say if you take something to school for lunch, your kids, you try to share with everyone, bring enough for everyone. But in reality, it's hard to share with everyone, right? Only Jesus was able to do the two fish and multiply that, but it's hard to share with everyone. And so I sympathize with the people when you do that, because when you do for all, the tendency is to say, hey, what about me? Now, one thing we know with Belinda Wilson is, again, she's had a good stint career as head of the teachers union. She's been there forever, as far as I know, right?
Yep.
And she ain't quiet. So over the years, she's getting voted back in because her people have been being advanced and getting stuff. So I think it might be, and again, I'm just saying, it might be a little disingenuous to say they ain't getting nothing, or her people are so, because they may not have gotten in this rush, but I can't see her being left out at all the other rushes, or maybe at the next occasion. So I'm not carrying any brief for the PLP or the government or PR Global Role,
Boy.
but I'm
I
just
know.
saying, I'm
Sound
just
so.
saying, I'm just saying, I know human tendency as it is, and we all in these islands know. That's the next thing we know. During election time, that's a good time to apply pressure, right? Because you feel like if you don't get it now, whoever win might be on the next fight, right? Now they need me for something, so that's the time when people want to push back and negotiate, because hey, now I can make you look bad. Now I can put a lot of pressure on you. So, in fairness to everyone concerned, and we see everything through political lens, and I'm just trying to be the peacemaker tonight.
Go on,
I,
go make your
I,
peace. Let's
I,
hear this.
we have to look at this on both sides. Yes, it's an election year, and so the government trying to do things obviously to get reelected. Two, we know on the other side is going to be unreasonable too. A lot of people are going to throw you giving sharing out, share me out now too. But it's not to say that maybe those people, some of the people who got left out last time, I don't know, but a lot of times we don't have all the facts, and like I said, you just have to be very careful at this time of year as a voters and stuff, because there's a little jockeying on each side, and I would probably put the human nature being what it is. I'm gonna apply pressure now too. You bless him, bless me too. But sometimes somebody person say you next in line for your blessing. The Bible say, right? Maybe all the money gone, the budget depleted. Next time,
I
You
want
can't
to
give
hear that.
everyone $1,000. I
I don't
want to raise
want to
too.
hear that. When you start giving out, you don't know you owe me. You notice when these,
Yeah,
listen, when they come into government, they don't know contracts are due. If the
yeah,
last government ain't clear up those contracts, you gotta clear up these contracts. Don't sit up here trying to act like you doing me a favor. You ain't doing me a favor. We know why
yeah.
you're doing this. I know why you're doing this. Don't carry on like that. And yes, if I see you give Peter, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay Paul too. Cause ain't no way. Like you say,
But
you got the money. I you
yeah,
giving it to Peter, so you got the
yeah.
money,
But I thought about this, and because we all every year, you can never give people enough money, right? Like enough raise, because the raise don't catch up with the cost of living, right?
right?
It's better. I'm not an economist, but it's better sometimes to give concession to lower costs of living and stuff than to give raise, because what the government do? If I'm think about it, you're in the government. Let me give you a raise. You put enough pressure on me. Let me give you the raise. Let me give you a 10% raise, but whatever percent raise. But then I go in Parliament and pass increase VAT or increase right your driver's license thing, right? So the government know how to manipulate that. I would always give you a raise because I come in tomorrow, I can charge you with something, I can hit you back with something else to
Why
get my
why give the raise? Why not
well,
find ways to lower the cost of things? Because
yeah,
you cannot keep up with these raises. And George,
nope,
I'm sorry, and no offense, please, but I can only pay unskilled people so much money. I
yeah,
can't have unskilled people making a
demand it,
$1,000 a week. What the
correct,
doctors can make, what the lawyers can
yeah,
make, what the accountants can make. You
hmm,
cannot keep up with this. And I'm
no,
not saying go ahead and go and make these people thousandaires and millionaires and whatever, because like you said, that money hit their hand. Walmart here we come.
yeah,
But you gotta find ways to decrease the cost of things, man. Because it ain't going. You cannot
yeah,
do
'cause-
this continuously. You can have
no,
people who the janitress at the schools they're making $2,000 a week. You try to keep this up,
and and for people who can't manage money and stuff, that'll never be. You
it still
can
ain't gonna be enough.
it never be enough, right? Because that's more trips to Miami. That's
That's right.
more, that's a bigger car, a bigger ride, So there's a lot of problems we have to deal with because, like I said, raises are good, but it never been a solution because you just adjust your lifestyle accordingly, and next week you back. This money ain't enough. You
Yeah,
still
the same
underwater,
stuff. I,
right?
I
so,
need more than this to see
so
it.
how do you lower my rent, my light bill, these fixed costs, and where the investment vehicles, where the 401k, like in the US, you forcing people to save for their retirement and different things. These are things that we need to start having more better conversations on because it's just a cycle of unions kicking up, making noise all the time. People vex. I mean, every year, we've seen this so much time.
Yep,
We went to the government school. How much time the teachers strike?
yep.
Like you keep band-aiding these problems and never fixing anything. And I'm tired of the politicians who can't fix them. Like we just playing from the same playbook. Oh, the union. Oh yeah, we having a meeting with the union. We having the shops. Yeah, we negotiating. Yeah, on strike. Like it's just too repetitive, man. Fix some of these things. Let's try and fix the problems so that we ain't coming back to the table every 6 months, 3 months. Oh, the contract we got to negotiate. There's a big fight. There's a big disruption in the civil service in the country. Like we need to get away from that.
My problem is when we came up with VAT, we said that VAT could solve our problems. We now would borrow more money since we get VAT. I don't understand this. How you
Yeah,
create a new revenue stream, $1 million revenue stream, and you
right.
still out there begging and pleading and hollering and trying to get more money when you just come up with millions of dollars of revenue. What you doing with this money?
Worst off.
How?
Yeah,
And then you expect the people, you won't go tell the people, oh, y'all got to tighten your belts. Y'all got to this, y'all got to that. And you
Then
ain't
the
doing
government raised their living off of loans and borrowing and debt. Like,
the government is
yeah.
a direct reflection of us. That's
Yep.
us as a people. All of us
Yeah.
borrowing, trying to get
Fellow,
this.
the average person, like you said, again, you know how we think. If the government can run in a deficit, if they can budget, they and the whole by billions of dollars. I only down by couple tens, a couple of thousand. You feel like a
Yeah,
success compared to
I
your
doing
government.
good compared to the government.
Yeah, yeah. So, and they ain't trying to pay nobody. We pay you when you can. People working can. So we need to lead by example. We need to fix these things. It's a small country. It's a beautiful country. But again, people, we need to do better, man. We need to lead by example in government and get our act together. Like you said, account to the people. That's where your money going. That's what we doing. That's the extra. Because most people, again, people could see where the money is being spent. The worst thing is when you have no accountability, like
Yep.
you said, it's just going down a black hole.
Anyway, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island-ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Island-ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
Beginning at the end of June, that's in a few weeks, 2,400 mid-level public servants will receive increases ranging up to 8%. And just a few months from now in September, thousands more public servants below the mid-level will receive increases.
That was Pierre Glover Rule saying that the people are going to have their money in September. I know what happened. But now they tell them, hold on. Some technical errors. The Ministry of Finance go and do this and go and do that and this and that and all of that. Y'all get your money in December. Now, if you know my people, like how I know my people, I didn't book my thing for Bahamas here to go away at the end of the month. I didn't book my car, I didn't book my hotel. I didn't buy all kind of things on this credit card on Amazon, Walmart, and Sam's Club. And I can need that, not that little thing, I can need that big thing because now I in the hole. And I was expecting this money to pay off some of these things. I was paying off everybody, well, except customs. I ain't bring back nothing. So don't ask me for nothing customs. But everybody else was going to get a little something. Now you telling me you ain't got it when you didn't promise me this? This is why I'm trying to say, and that's why I know you noticed it was a certain topic for this whole show.
Mm-hmm.
Why these people doing these things, George? I want you to be honest with me. You don't want to be honest with me. You got to take off that yellow, George. You got to take it off, man. I know
Yellow.
Brave is your boy, but come on, man. You can't do your people like this. You're promising them money. You can't deliver the money. What you want these people to do when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do? And guess what she said? Say this wasn't a contract agreement or nothing, because it wasn't. This was that she saw from 2016 that the people were paid so lowly that when they get in, they can fix it. Now, she said this because she knows it from 2016. This 2025 and a couple months left till election.
Yeah.
If you notice when you got elected, why you wait till the last minute to say you can give me something? You know this from 2016. Why? Why are you playing with me, George? That's the thing, you playing games here, man. See, she give her
Hey,
stuff away. Because if you don't notice when you come in, these are one of them. I give you a year. The first year, you got to go clear up the books. You got to see what here, what there.
yeah, yeah,
How much?
yeah,
Yeah, I give you a year. But year two,
yeah,
year three, you ain't give me nothing. Year
yeah,
four, and at the end of year four, you trying to give me something? No,
yeah.
no, 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 no.
Hey, the road to hell is paved with good intentions,
Oh
right?
no! See, you putting on this PLP shirt again, man. Lord, George,
I,
man.
again, Pierre should send me a check after this. But anyways,
Yeah, use her boy.
I trying to help out here. So she is a new minister coming in the government. She's been looking at this all anticipation. She's a first timer. So you come in with glassy eyed, bushy tail. You in that, hold on, you're part of government. This ain't no, yeah, you have a ministerial post, but you still have to go to the minister of finance and the PL. You still got to go beg money. You still have to go do these things. So I think some of these people, and again, you have to be careful outside looking in, because when people outside, they have all the solutions. Ain't nobody have more solutions for everything than the opposition. And
Oh
they
yeah.
get in there like you said, they cut their phone off. Hey, I answer you like so so I think some people are very over ambitious or ignorant in a nice way, that ignorant and that they don't know. I the ones who already been in government, who know how government work, I have less sympathy for them because they know exactly how the wheels turn. And so, and then within government, you have a lot of these ministers fighting because again, this is the same resources. So I may be fighting for my money, for my minister to try and get me elected for my right. So a lot of them fighting for the same things. And if you're a good junior person, rookie coming in, you might get put in the corner every time you make noise. Like remember when Michael Pine was there making noise and saying to people all the time or whatever, and ain't nobody listening to him, right? Minister may had him to study. So some people I think actually have some, but they get put in their place, and they you can't do this, and now you have to eat humble pie. You have to go back to your people and tell them, hey, I know I promised you this. Promise is a comfort to a fool, right? We know our government, even the people know, take some things with a grain. Yes, if they say it, try to hold their feet to the fire, try to put pressure on them to get it. But we always know, especially um, um, the more unbelievable or some of the things they come talking too big a talk. You know in yourself this person talking foolishness crap trying to get elected, right? And so some things we have to blame ourselves for because you can tell us anything. It's like, you can't let people tell you anything without questioning them just because you want to hear it or you feel like, oh yeah, I can tell you, remember you tell me this or remember when? Yeah, we know some of these things they wasn't going to deliver on. So you need to nip some of them in the butt, call them out on it. So how you gonna pay this? When like you say, get it in year one. So by now, don't let me. But we let them get away with the foolishness. We let them come tell us anything. We elect them on these pie in the sky things, like they can build a bridge to nowhere. And then we have this fake type of unbelief, like, oh my God, I can't believe a politician lied to me. Really? Like that's what they do. And and
So
so
hold on, you trying to say it's our fault?
some of it is our fault because again, like I said, we let people tell us a lot of things that we know within us. They probably can't do, or they probably don't have no idea what the hell they're talking about. So don't tell me you coming in, you're in Brave Davis, you're in, yeah, some of these things no one do before, but you coming in do. You giving us 10 times the rate. Like we like to hear what we like to hear, right? And so you got to call out some of the foolishness. If you're gonna talk to me. Sensibly and give me believable bites. So I'm more likely to believe you're going to deliver on the small things. But when you come too ambitious with all these, we can do this, we can do that. Okay, pump your brakes. Don't. Let's start with. And so I'm not saying it's the people's fault, but people have to take some of these things not with a grain of salt, but you have to take them in the context of this is coming from someone who's trying to get elected. They say anything to get elected at the end of the day. And we've seen it time and time again. And my problem sometimes be the people who saying it. Like some of these children wasn't the smartest people in school. They, they didn't succeed in nothing. Like you know, I know you. I know Carlo put his mind to something to get things done, right? So you got to come with your resume, your track record, and I believe he can get it done because you have a track record of getting things done. You know what you're talking about, your experience, but these people in with no clue. Some of these people who coming to get elected now, I mean, I don't know who it is. And they ask me, Pindar ever answer brave? Like these are important questions that people need to ask, and we need to be satisfied with these answers before we elect some of these people. Then now is the time. Don't cry later when they get in. You put them in and they get disappointed. Make sure that their credentials line up. Yeah, we have a lot of faith in people, but don't put a lousy boys in there and have all this faith hoping that they're going to turn it around when they get in government.
All I know is Pierre Glover done mess up plenty of these people vacation what they had at the end of the month. You know September's a slow month. Ain't nothing going on
Yeah.
there. I finally can go take my vacation and now I ain't get my money. And government workers get paid at the end of the month. So if I get paid in December, I getting paid, you might as well say in the new year. I can't even get my child one decent present. I gotta go right now back to the bank, go get one loan to get
Yep.
no man.
Yep.
No. This ain't it. This ain't what I sign up for. This ain't what you tell me. From January, you tell me you're going to give me this little thing. Nah, the little thing ain't. No,
You might forget that little thing between now and
No.
election.
Boy, Bahamian
Yeah.
people don't forget money. Oh, no.
I have to come the week or two before.
Bahamian people don't forget money. I know what? No, sir. But anyway, George, I ain't gonna fight your people. That's your people. You can make sure they straight. You
White
can't
people.
stand the water for them today. I wish them luck. If y'all got any questions, go to George. He got
That's
to
me.
them because he gone telling them people, hey, people just make mistakes. Hey, this, hey, I want my money. Bottom line. But anyway, let's go on. Let's try to wrap this up. Let's find out how Bungie today is. Oh boy, George. I know you'll watch basketball in a little while, right? But basketball had some drama going on, and I was trying to figure out why everybody think they slick. So Steve Ballmer, and he can say what he wants to, owner of the Clippers, the NBA found out that they've been paying Kawhi Leonard some monies under this KL2 company that he ain't nobody know who owned this company. We ain't know where this company come from, but y'all just paying the company all these things through another company what he don't own. That company going bankrupt. Why you gonna list all the people who you owe and try pay them off or whatever like that? Why you want to do that? Steve Ballmer got plenty. He's a billionaire. You tell me you
Yep.
can't keep this company open and tell you to finish pay off all these bills and then dissolve the company? Because I don't know why you claiming for bankruptcy and you know this boy on your payroll and you know you can't be paying him and you don't even part you don't even know the company KL2 is due. Ain't no one know what it's due. Hey, what you paying them all this money for? And they ain't getting paid no $2. These millions of
Yep.
dollars he getting paid.
Yep.
How? Why? How y'all could be so stupid to think people ain't gonna figure this out? When you clear bankruptcy, that is now an open file for everybody to look and see. How? You smarter than this? And why you paying Kawhi all this money and he don't play no way? He barely how much games he done play for the past couple of years? Come on, man. What you paying all this money for and the fella still ain't doing nothing? This is crazy, George. What you say about this?
Well, their fraud was to try and get under the salary cap, right? To to put in. So my thing, the thing with it's a funny story because like you say, Kawhi don't play anyway. So, but the this is my problem with any billionaire, right? Most billionaires didn't get where they are for being clean or playing fair. I'm sorry. Like you show a lot of rich people there's some crimes behind them, right? Like they dodge, they cheat, to get where they are, and they seem to get a pass. But I don't know. When I heard the story, I don't know why he ain't in jail yet. But again, when you have billions and you donate to these public parties and government, these they know how to pay their way out, and they get away with things that the ordinary person can't get away. But and I'm sure he didn't just figure this out. You say why he do that? Someone he was advised. He was
Oh yeah.
advised, but like do this, man. That's what. And I'm sure when if they dig even deeper, there's more Steve Ballmers out there,
I just going to
right?
say that you got to go check the rest of them teams.
Yeah. So, but I mean, particularly in America, and they like to think the teams look like you and me, you and I, right? Like it ain't us. It's the billionaires. If
Oh yeah.
we was the big teams, we'd have billions too.
Hmm.
So, but people like to go after the low hanging fruit or the new rich, the person who's trying to start, they knew the losses, knock them out. Oh no, you can't. No, you shoplifting, but follow those billionaires. Do some when Trump knows was dodging everyone and Elon Musk. Like, look at everybody who got a billion to their name.
Yep.
Open a file on them
Uh-huh.
and backtrack some of the things they do, whether it's evading taxes or what, because the more money people get, the more they hurt to spend to write a big check to the government to pay tax. So right off the top, they like, hold on, I ain't giving them all of that. You know, so taxes, some crimes, some money laundering,
Oh yeah.
why people clean up money good. So they join a suit and tie, and we going through that some of that in the Bahamas as well. But this is the world we live in, and it's sad because, like I said, the low hanging fruit usually get punished for these crimes, but these people, rich people, get to write it off, get to pay some lawyers, get to settle out of court. You pay enough money, get to bribe whoever they need to bribe, and these matters go away. But I I we need to start getting when they have these big settlements. This is the next thing. When they have these big settlements with these insurance companies and all these big billion-dollar tech companies, the government always ripping off, and no one to see where the money go. You need to start taking some of this money and redistributing it to the poor, to people, to try and balance up. When you hit these, find one of these rich billionaires and stuff, take their money and like you said, start going through the community and you know spreading, distributing some of this wealth out to different organizations, different groups. Make sure some of that money go to people who deserve it, people who these people rip off. Don't just let it go to some sing fund because again, you could trace who's hurt by a lot of these crimes. Let's start using these funds. What about boy named Busby who's go after all these? Let's get some lawyers like them and start to go after these people. And I think the world will be a much better place if we start redistributing some of these wealth and stop treating these people as they just smarter than the rest of us or they work harder than the rest of us to get all this money. How you get all these billions and I can't get some people can't figure out how to make 20,000 a month or like no, it's ridiculous.
Well, I like what you say. Ain't no way it can happen, but I like what you say. So our bungie today is Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard. Y'all gotta do better. I hope y'all don't go to jail. But y'all crooked. Y'all need to go to jail.
No,
So
put them to jail. That's cheating. That's like sports betting and stuff because, like you said, the NBA is a very, it's structured. This the salary cap and stuff to try to bring fairness between the teams and stuff. So you can't let these teams be cheating the system, man. And the Clippers still lose every year. Much as they cheat and do this foolishness,
I'm
they
still lose.
better off for it. God don't sleep.
Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching the show this week. Please like and subscribe to the show. I want to thank everybody who subscribed. We are finally at 1,000 subscribers. Wow, this was something I thought never would happen. But finally, we are there. And we're going for 5,000 next. So I want to thank y'all. Thank you all for watching The Sword Sharpener on Monday, 6 p.m. Let's Talk on Tuesday, 6 p.m. What's going on at 8 p.m. on Tuesday? On Wednesday, we got Off the Bench at 6 p.m. And on Thursday, we have Island Dish at 6 p.m. Thank you for watching these shows. We can't do it without y'all. I thank y'all very much. And I can't wait to see y'all next week when we tell y'all what's going on.